So we got some questions from the last update that could clear up here for you guys. So a question is, what did Alyssa ever do to make you want to go so nuclear? Oh God, and this is a hilarious answer. I love this. So this is what she says. What did Alyssa do to make you go so nuclear? She says, honestly, nothing in particular. Like I said, for the past few years, our friendship has been for convenience at its best. We've basically been friends because we know each other so well. And we have at least one friend. That's crazy. This is why I don't let people in. Don't let people in because all they're going to do is destroy you once they find out one thing that they don't like about you or doesn't line up with their morals. And you can see this doesn't affect her life at all. And she wanted to annihilate her just because it didn't line up with her morals. And of course, it doesn't line up with a lot of people's morals. But like, if you replace this situation with anything else, like let's say I'm friends with this guy, he doesn't like drugs, he finds out I smoke weed, he's gonna try and ruin me just because I smoke weed and tell like my parents, tell like my boss, tell like my other friends, yada yada yada. Replace that with anything that the people don't care about. Just don't let people in. Just be a be a conscientious gatekeeper. And it's not bad to gate people from your life. It's not bad to be like, I don't want you in yet. You have to do more things. You have to prove yourself more. Because it brings in the quality instead of the quantity. We don't need all these people. Like I said, there's only a limit to amount of the amount of relationships we could have. So don't waste it. Don't waste up your inventory slots with this bullshit that you don't need. Because you're gonna have to cut them off, and then it's gonna be all awkward. So yeah, be that gatekeeper. Be a huge fucking barrier for people. Huge barrier of entry. Um, Yeah, so she says Alyssa always had qualities that I don't agree with, but who doesn't? That's true. I think it was the whole situation that made my blood boil, especially since Alyssa had always been disgusted by cheaters. She was the kind of person to cut dozens of people off her life and not supporting someone's infidelity. Really? So that's kind of a character change, but I feel like she's always had it in her, and it kind of reminds me, you guys ever know those guys that like, oh, that gay shit is so disgusting, oh my god, yeah. And then they watch like shitloads of trans porn or like gay porn or something like that, or they have closeted thoughts. I feel like it's kind of like the same nature. Because a lot of these people, especially when you're looking at things that people like make fun of people for, are extremely disgusted by, like extremely outwardly disgusted by. It's a lot of the times their own insecurities or their own faults or their own things that they're trying to work through themselves. Um, so yeah, notice that, especially when people make fun of you for stuff. Just notice that and think like, maybe you're a little insecure about what you just made fun of me for. Um, yeah. So back to the story. For her to make a complete 180 and not even have guilt for any of it just grinds my gears. That's part of the reason I think she's having some sort of mental breakdown. Not only is it hypocritical, it's extremely out of character even for her. And then the last question here is, are you in love with Noah? No. No, of course not. Singing someone's praises and trying to portray that they're a genuine and good person doesn't automatically mean you want to sleep with them. People need to learn. A lot of the guys need to learn this. Come on, people. Um, our relationship has been nothing more than platonic for the entire time I've known him because he loved Alyssa and I loved their happiness. I love my husband and literally only ever saw Noah like a brother. Logic. People. Please. All right. And lastly, we have a few comments as we go into the last quest of the day here. For Paladin, we're going to do 6. This is when she is finally able to be the sacrifice. And then we're gonna reset here just a little bit. I had to get my party set up here for the boss. So yeah, over here in Dragon Quest Land, what we're doing on screen right now is finishing up the Paladin quest. This is gonna give us our coup de grace and our last couple skill points, as well as allow us to fight the boss and do this last little thing with this little girl. be the shield for her and whatnot. Very heartwarming story, very very sad story. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Just offhand reading it while I'm going through here. Look, she looks so pretty. New outfit, and yep, Genia's ready to go. So yeah, last couple comments here. One commenter says, I hope he, the husband, has some self-respect and dignity and goes through with the divorce. If he decides to inform their employer, tell him to do it after the divorce. Quite. As much as I love the guy, he basically worships the ground Alyssa walks on. If she came through the door right now and said, I'm sorry, with no remorse behind it, I'm 99% sure he'd pretend like the last 4 months with a fever dream. That's crazy. This is why I say guys are the true romantics, though. Because to forgive something like that just because you've been delusional for this many years, when she obviously didn't love you, you know? She was all against this cheating shit, when in reality she probably wasn't. She probably wanted to cheat the whole time and just needed someone as a catalyst to force her to do it, you know? Because once she went on these online forums, and let's be real here, who's gonna browse online forums and be like, oh, what, I make less than my husband, so I'm in infidelity and feminism, you know? Like, why do you care about feminism? She obviously had no respect for this guy. And I don't think she ever did. I think she just saw marriage as like something that she has to do. So she's like, I might as well get this shit out of the way first, you know? Might as well grind one out real quick, you know? A lot of girls do see that, though, as like marriage is just like a requirement for life. You know, I have to get married at some point. I have to have kids at some point. So I better get this out of the way as soon as possible, as soon as humanly possible. But I think you have to go with the natural ebb and flow of life. And the reason why so many bad things happen to people is because people go against that flow. You know, they go against God or source and they do random shit. And the funny thing about life is you can do wrong shit and no one will call you on it. God's not gonna give you a pop-up and be like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to cheat on your husband? Are you sure you want to work this job? Are you sure you want to do this legal thing and buy drugs? You know, life will not, you know, God's not gonna pop up with you on like AOL, like, you got mail. This is from God. Please don't do this shit, you know? And unlike this Redditor, this original poster, most people aren't gonna call you on your shit, you know? A lot of people, when they heard this story or when they heard like their friend did something like this, they would just hold it. They would just hold it. A lot of people wouldn't even tell the husband, you know? They'd just be like, oh yeah, my friend's doing some weird shit. Especially if she says this friend is how like they're like kind of distant friends and they're just like, ah, whatever. Our families know each other, whatever. I think if the families didn't know each other and they weren't like so intrinsically connected like that, I don't think this would be as big of a thing. Because you wouldn't have as many connections to go through. But that's just me. We're gonna go through a couple more comments here. Commenter said, you handled this situation incredibly well, and even though it's a painful situation for all involved, you're thoughtful and your approach will likely help Noah through this difficult time. If there are future updates, I'm sure everyone following the story will be eager to see how things unfold, wishing the best for Noah and for you and your husband as you continue to support him. People always seem so nice on here. I love how Redditors talk sometimes on these forums, you know? They always seem so considerate. And it's funny how easy it is to sound like this online, which is why I really take people's words with a grain of salt. Especially when we're talking about other people's situations. You really can't hold on to too many people's words from online objectors or whatever. You just gotta take it with your own mind. And realize that that's just your perspective on how you read it. You know, you don't know how they actually feel. You don't know how it's actually going to be. The original post responded to that and said, "Thank you. Like I said, I made this post and decision not to go nuclear in a fit of blind rage, but as soon as I realized I was being irrational, it's not my place to serve Alyssa Vigilante justice. In all honesty, if she's not careful, she may out herself at work. And if that, it's their decision to do what, and it's their decision what to do with two of them." Yeah, if she's so nonchalant about it and taking business trips with her boss and fucking him all the time and shit, and she's really incompetent at her job, it's gonna show, you know? The karma's gonna come to light, of course. Um, in my experience, most incompetent people at jobs, they don't last too long. It eventually comes to light. They cannot hide their incompetency forever, you know? It's obviously going to inform a lot of things about the quality of work while they're there. So I wouldn't worry about that. And then about notifying Alyssa's workplace, the OP says, "I'm not going to. If Noah decides to reconcile, she'll be out of a job." Which just adds to the problem that caused the affair in the first place. If she gets fired during the divorce, it could be grounds for alimony that she doesn't deserve. That's so true. And that's crazy how that works with the job system and everything. Isn't that crazy how that works, right? Um, because, like, they both have jobs. You know, they're both career based people. But marriage is such like a it's such like a boost for a girl and a downgrade for a guy. And I guess that makes sense because guys inherently have a lot of like buffs at birth and girls have a lot of debuffs. Um but like tying yourself down to a woman and then divorcing her has a lot of detrimental factors for a guy because like honestly, nowadays, with so many things on the internet and so many things about non-monogamy, and feminism and all this shit, because that's what basically ruined this guy. It's the internet. Um, if the girl divorces you, which is inevitable, she's gonna take like half your stuff. She's gonna take alimony. She's gonna take child support. You know, like it's not gonna go back to you because you're probably gonna make more money. The wage gap is a myth, but the fact is that girls usually take easier jobs. You know, girls aren't gonna be welders. Girls aren't gonna be STEM workers. You know, science, technology, engineering, math. They're not gonna be those workers. You know, girls aren't gonna be trashmen. You know, girls aren't gonna be construction workers. You know, girls aren't gonna be managers. They might be managers, but you know, they're not chosen first. They're diversity hires. Um, all this shit. So because of the nature of their jobs, you know, you're probably not gonna find a career woman who. Oh my god, the mouse and screen. Okay, it's off. Oh shit. You know, you're probably not gonna find a career woman who's into you and you know, you divorce her and you get more of her money. That probably never going to happen. I've never heard of it happen. I've never seen it happen. I don't think it's possible to happen because like these bitches are crazy. So if there's a rich girl, she's probably gonna divorce you and still take your money. Um, yeah, but nevertheless, we're over here at the boss. We have to do the dance. I'm gonna go right over here in the middle, do the dance, because that's how you summon the earthworm. This game is fucking weird, but I love it. All right, here we go. Do the dance. Hey, hey, where my dance at? Weird dance. Weird dance. It's not that weird. So I do every morning, right there. Uh, 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 uh. Okay. Yeah, this is a very weird game, but I do love it. I got one more comment for you guys as we end off this Reddit story here. What a crazy tale we've had, you know, talking about infidelity and all this workplace abuse and all this shit. What a crazy time we've had here today. I hope you guys have had fun with this story. I hope it's helped you with your commutes. Hope you've enjoyed the rest of your day because of this, you know. Hope it's provided some helpful entertainment, and I hope you enjoyed the Paladin quest as well. Um, like I said, Zabu did what he had to do to protect her on the way here, um, and he's just fulfilling her wishes. Mhm. So this last comment says the OP. It wasn't national or credible group. Oh, so yeah. What forum? Yeah. So they're asking about the forum that Alyssa got advice from, and I'm actually curious too. Because she said it was some kind of feminist forum that told her to get with her boss for more money. Like that's fucking stupid. That's some girl boss shit. Fucking retarded. Um. And the OP says it wasn't a national or credible group. It's called like Independent Woman of Insert State, right? Okay. It's a bunch of women who give advice and other stuff tailored to laws and jobs in our state. The advice she got from was a group of women she met in the group who had their own personal group chat. She called them friends, but I guarantee none of them are going to help her pick up her life now that it's ruined. That's true. That's true. Um, those single women that ruin your marriage, they're not going to help you. They were never there to help you. You know? Let's be real. They were never there to help you in the first place, but they are not going to help you. And they will not be there to help you in the future. So, it is what it is. But unlike those girls who aren't there to help you, here we have the dragon. This is the boss. And Jinya says she wants to live. Zabu hears it. What does he do? What does he do? He's going in. Night Watch! I love this guy, man. He's such a fucking hero, you know? Zabu is who we all, you know, aspire to be one day. So, remember, guys, if someone's calling for help like this, you gotta wait for them to actually want it, you know? And that's the thing. I hope this guy gets the help he needs. Hope he gets the help he wants. Because a lot of times people don't want this help, and if someone doesn't want the help, you gotta be honest with yourself and just not give it to them. Not give it to them. You know, we can't waste our own energy that could be used helping someone who actually wants it. Oh wow, that was crazy. He just killed us both with one fireball. But don't worry, my pirate is so good, they can definitely solo this boss. Definitely solo this boss. I'm 90% sure they can solo this boss. Look at the double, yeah, fucking almost 2,000 damage, almost 3,000 damage with double down. Shoot him a little bit, stun him. I'm gonna put those cannons on him. Yeah, man. And the cannons do way too much fucking damage, so I think they shoot like every 5 seconds. And you can have up to 3 on the field at once. So the thing with the cannons, and once you get the ultra cannon out, it's basically a wrap. You know, they attack too much too fast. So if you ever want to do a lot of damage, you just go pirate. I might go pirate eventually too if I find someone who uses guns a lot. You know, a little cosplay or something. But guys, we've completed it. We're done. Earthworm guy is gone. That was the god, the dragon of the earth. He's returned. All the paladins are like, they did it, they really did it. And then, you know, that's that's Zubo. Yeah. It's very sad. It's very sad. We love the guy, but he did what he loved, so we can't be sad that he's no longer with us. We can't. We can't. It is a very sad ending for Zubo. One of my favorite characters, but nevertheless, like I said, he died doing what he loved. And he was a worthy sacrifice. Okay. And that's the end of the quest line. We're gonna go back, return to the Gartland Castle, and then we got one more scene. One more scene with with Jinya over here, and just to see how she's doing, how she's faring without Zubo there and everything. Cause she, as you're gonna see, she's gonna stay in the castle, and do her thing, um, all that good stuff. And I'm actually gonna check out earlier, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had to pee this entire time, so I'm gonna go do that. And everybody have a good night. Remember to subscribe. I'll leave you with this last cutscene, just without my stupid voice, because I honestly have nothing to talk about at the end here. So enjoy this last scene with Jinya. Like I said, like, subscribe. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening, day, night, morning. Don't be an asshole. Don't cheat on your husband. Don't fuck people to get promotions at work. Okay? Learned our lesson. Morals of the story. Yada yada yada. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you on the next round.